Thank you for joining. We will start this live show effectively in 2 minutes. Thank you once more. If you join, you share extensively so that I can get this message through to every single Ambazonian out there. Thank you, fellow compatriots, wherever you're watching from. Those watching from Mai 16 in southern Cameroon, in Fako County. Those watching from Kumbo in the Bui County. Those who are watching from Number, my 49 in Manu County. Those watching from Nguti in Kupe Maninguba County. Those who are watching from Bafut in Meme County. Those watching from Defunct in Menchum County. Those watching from Defunct in Momo County. Those who are watching from all other counties in southern Cameroon. I want to use this opportunity to salute some compatriots, especially Emmanuel Ekembe in the UK. I also want to salute all Ambazonians who are watching from Asia. If you're watching from any part of the world, of course, I said Bafut in Mezam County and Befang in Menchum County. We continuously salute all our compatriots from around the world. Today is a very significant day. It's 7/11, a very significant day in the history of America. This is the day when the World Trade Center and other significant symbolic parts of the United States of America were bombed by terrorists, just like the terrorist regime of Mr. Biya is doing to the people of southern Cameroon. Today in southern Cameroon, you must have noticed that many more people have been killed. 9/11, thank you so much. It's 9/11. And of course, we remember today, September the 11th, 2018, as a very important day. Yes, please, it's 9/11. my mistake. Thank you so much for that correction. Thank you so much for that correction. It's 9/11. Thank you so much. God bless you for the correction. That is why we live as a people of Ambazonia. I was just asleep. And of course, until when I said it, and I said to myself, what did I say, 7/11 or 9/11? But of course, those of you watching, 7-Eleven is not just a gas station, it's a fast food center, of course, all over the United States. Why 9/11 is today, I think that is a mistake. That is why this single mistake would tell some leaders that the people of Ambazonia are coaches, while the leaders are players. And they must listen to them at every single time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have 500 people in the next few seconds. I want this audience to build up to 1,000, because I'm going to be saying a lot of things today. And in the meantime, I'm going to be giving power back to the people. I'm going to be giving power back to the people of Southern Cameroon. And it is my singular honor and responsibility, based on broad-based popular public social media opinions, that we get this revolution to another dimension. I will start in the next 2 minutes while I pull up a couple of issues I want to talk about today. So please, if you join, you share extensively, and let's bring everybody on board. I want to thank you all for your steadfastness and for your commitment. We will continuously thank the people of Ambazonia who have put their lives on the line to ensure that we have our independence, come rain, come shine. Ladies and gentlemen, in exactly 2 minutes, I'm going to start fully with the discussion of the day. So in 2 minutes, I'll kick off this show. And so I want you to continuously invite everybody. We pray for our compatriots who are in jail, and for everybody who at this moment is unable to live because they sacrificed their lives for the people of Ambazonia. It is a clear call of conscience in which the people have put themselves in a position, or in the position of sacrificial lambs. The movement, of course, is limping sometimes, and there are a lot of speed breaks, where in utmost opportunities, some people feel like giving up. But for how long will you feel that way? Because of the lousiness and crazy and desperate attitudes of some of our leaders, or what I prefer to call defunct leaders. we invite everybody to come on board and for us to institute a code of operation in our movement. Like I've always preached, and like I will continuously preach, it is the people of Ambazonia first, and nobody's going to change that fact. Today I will address myself once more to Secretary Chris Anu and to the other leaders who were present at the Washington, D.C. conference. I'll also address myself to some leaders who think that the people of Ambazonia are stooges or are simply stupid. If not, to some leaders who believe that the independence of Ambazonia is in their bedrooms, other than on ground zero. I will start right away because we have quite a number watching us now. I want to thank those of you who are joining from Canada, from the United States of America, from Congo Brazzaville. I want to thank those who are joining from Angola. I see some people watching from Ghana. And my good friend who's watching from Haiti. I see all of you, and I want to thank you for your steadfastness and your commitment, as much as the sacrifices you've made for the people of Ambazonia. We must accept that a lot has gone wrong since after the conference here in Washington, D.C. We must accept that the people we consider as leaders have disgraced us enormously to the extent that they have almost, if not completely converted Ambazonia into junk food for the Republic of Cameroon, if not for the relentless efforts of some of our gang fighters. Of course, we didn't say that the days ahead were going to be easy. But while we were thinking that our leaders would have served us with unity and a unitary bank account for us to paralyze, completely destabilize the Republic of Cameroon that has been killing and raping our mothers and sisters, burning down our villages, all we get is a bunch of people fighting over $45,000 US. $45,000 US, some chicken change that a minister in La République du Cameroun would give his girlfriend in one night. In fact, I have refused, and I want to say it very firmly in my name as Eric Tataw, that I have refused to accept that the people of Ambazonia have been disgraced. No, only 7 people and their followers were disgraced. Not even 7 people and their followers. 7 people and those who choose to follow them like sheep have been disgraced. The people of Ambazonia still have their integrity intact. And when you see old men who are desperate for power, who make one audio and video after the other, while La République du Cameroon continuously inflicts on our population contingent genocidal acts. The people in the diaspora, some people, may I say, including some activists who have been bribed and brainwashed, who are desperate to be recognized by various groups, who have refused to speak the ultimate truth on behalf of 10 million people, who have refused to solicit consensuous moves on behalf of already almost 8,000 people killed, or to think about the over 400 villages now in complete extermination. For people, some leaders who come on social media to begin a crusade of lies telling and to completely want to create hegemony to destroy our God's ordained revolution. Even at that, we have some worse criminals who are part of their retinue, who have decided to follow them to their graves, even in all the lies and atrocities that they commit on Ground Zero. Our number one enemy, or our enemies in this revolution before La République du Cameroon, are some of these leaders. And I have taken upon myself, with your prayers, the blessings of the people of Ambazonia, to make very firm declarations today. This is time for takeover by the population. Like I said in many of my videos, the independence of Southern Cameroon is a function of the people, of the 10 million people, or should I say it's a function of the determination of the 10 million people of Ambazonia, and not a group of 7 people who held hands with a high rate of pretense in Washington, only to begin to fight over 10,000 or 45,000 US dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, I come to you today to talk hope into you, to prick your consciences to the realities of our movement, to ask you questions whose answers are right in your palms, to ask you your part in this movement, to ask you what is your definition of sacrifice, to ask you what is your definition of a leader, to talk to your consciences as you go through, flip through your WhatsApp messages or WhatsApp pictures and videos. Go back to all the events that have happened in Southern Cameroon for 2 or 3 years now running, and begin to calculate. Look at the pains of families. Look at people who have nowhere to live, who are in the bushes, refugees sleeping on each other in Nigeria. I want to ask you, if you know nobody in Ambazonia that has ever been affected by this movement, is there a single one of us, any Ambazonia, who has not, in one way or the other, been affected by the multiplier effect of this movement? Is there any one of us whose friend, family members, whose neighbor, or whatsoever, that hasn't been killed in this crisis? Is there somebody who does not know somebody whose village has been affected? We would obviously want to say yes and no based on our level of honesty. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, with almost 1K of you watching now, I think it's high time we started with the facts of the matter. I want to start with Secretary Chris Anu and John Ba Aku before I will go to Bo Herbert and to all other leaders all of the defunct leaders. We will have to call their names and put them on a roller coaster where the people of Ambazonia will exhale and spit them out like sour food. Enough is enough. If there is one man who will remain standing in this movement, count me in amongst the men who will never give up. Because there is only one way, or should I say one place, where I'm going to stop. And like I've told all of you, in most, if not all of my live shows, I would die in Buea. That is my capital. That is the place of my birth. By my birth, I mean Ambazonia. We have seen enough. Enough of the fake talks. Enough of power mongering. Enough of propaganda. We have seen enough. And by enough, I mean enough from these leaders. May I start now? Please share. We have just 38 more people to have 1K watching at least. And from there, we're going to start. So I want to start with Secretary Chris Anu. And I want this message to go right down to the IG. Because it is my obligation to let all of these people understand the polemics and the necessity of some of the things they have failed to do. And why today they are now defunct leaders. They don't have any moral, legal, or religious standing to represent the people of Ambazonia. Why do I say this? Many times, just a minute, I have this, good, this is what I was waiting for. I think it has finally come. So I was waiting for exactly this. Okay, I think we are good to go at this juncture. Good, perfect. Now, like I was saying, these leaders have taught us a very bad lesson. And unfortunately, that was only for them and their families and some of their gopais for followers. We would exactly want to assume that Secretary Chris Anu was speaking the truth. I said we want to assume because it sounded so convincing based on the video that he did. But what do I describe as Secretary Chris Anu 99th lie? And there are lines in life that nobody can cross. I want to remind everybody in this revolution that no matter what you do, when you stand to lie about a compatriot, you have failed. And that's what Secretary Chris Anu did. Secretary Chris Anu lied against John Baako. He lied against all the leaders who were at the Unity Conference. That is not to say the leaders are right either. But when you want to say something, don't sugarcoat it. Say it the way you know it. And say it the way it is generally known. And when investigations will be gone through, say it the way it will be proven. My name is Eric Tataw. And I have learned that though I am not a saint, and though I might be the way I am, I might have lied in the past. I might have done some things in the past. But There are things I don't condone, and that is lies telling. And for people who don't know, let me be clear with this. Secretary Chris Anu would come on live to lie that the leaders voted to decide whether or not to divide money. I want Secretary Chris Anu to get ready to apologize, because I have asked 80% of the leaders who were at the meeting, including those from the IG or loyal to the IG, that Secretary Chris Anu is aligning with. And they refused that there was never such a thing as voting. Why? Why then would Secretary Chris Anu come and lie that they voted? Again, Secretary Chris Anu would lie that John Ba'aku borrowed money, $200. According to him, he intended to make John Ba'aku look very, poor or broke or whatever. But let me say here, in the name of justice, truth, honesty, and objectivity, that John Ba'aku is one of the richest amongst the leaders who are following up this revolution. To disrespect a man with a family to the level that you're talking about $200 and claiming that you didn't intend to be mean, it shows an extraordinary level of being mean and ruthless in your approach. I just want to reply to one comment that the Undersecretary for Communication, Kuku that Blinks, said that they voted. Go back and tell Kuku that Blinks that Eric Tataw is saying that they did not vote. And that is a fact. I do not talk because I want to talk. I do not mince my words. Secretary Chris Anu must have infected those lies and ran them through his Undersecretary for Communication. Ask Kuku that Blinks to go investigate. It might not be her fault, but that is why I want to tell you people authoritatively that there was no voting. Nobody voted. If Chris Anu would come tomorrow to say that they voted, I will still come the next day to say there was no voting. Nobody voted. The members who were present at that meeting, what I'm telling you is nothing but the truth. You have John Ba'aku's number. You can call him. Elvis Kometa was there. The other ladies and other leaders were there. I have spoken with almost all of those who were present at that meeting. And they told me in fairness that there was no voting. I will not call names of those who confirmed to me. But the leaders have told me that they didn't vote. And those of you who did not know, why did John Ba'aku ask for $200? Yes, John Ba'aku asked for $200. But was the $200 a loan? No, it was not a loan. John Ba'aku had a document regarding the struggle, a very powerful document that he was going to mail to an African country whose name I'm not going to mention for diplomatic reasons. I have received confirmation of the mailing receipts and the itinerary of the mail, the way it was moving. And I can tell you authoritatively the purpose why that money was meant for. And John Barcool took that money and sent the mail. Because of course, sometimes when you move in the United States, you might not have petty cash. If I were to ask a friend in a function that you have $100, I want to make a contribution here, I'll give you back right away. And you give me that $100 and I give it there, and you want to use that to insult me, it will be a disaster on your part. Let me be very clear to you all that I might not have monopoly of the truth, but what I tell you now is the facts. I have, of course, contacted most of the leaders. And let it be very clear that all these leaders have failed us. And whether or not you like it, I want to be clear that it's a disgrace that they agreed to share the money. Listen to me. I have not refused that they didn't agree to share the money, but they never voted sharing the money. We can agree a vote to say, do you agree? You put your hand up. That is voting. But to say they agree, yes, Secretary Chris Anu is also right to have said that the leaders, wanted to divert the money for some other thing. That is true. But did they vote? No, they didn't vote. And to think that you can come on a video and talk about $200 because you intend to tarnish the image of a compatriot, it is a shame, a very big shame. Listen to me. If you want to be confused, you have chosen to be confused. This is where you always get the truth. And I want to be clear, get me very clearly, that the leaders agreed to share the money. They agreed to share the money, but they never voted to share the money. Means that they did not ask that those who want that this money should be shared, put your hands up. They did not vote. They never voted, and I will stand by that till the end. But the leaders changed the purpose of the money by saying that they think that the money should be divided amongst the individual groups. But there was never, no, do not say that voting and accepting is the same thing. You can accept to your wife or your kids that you will buy them pop-off, but you can vote against a decision. So I don't want us to get confused here. Without said, ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear on this fact that our leaders or the defunct leaders have failed us. Again, I said that if you are coming to this show, come with an open mind and come with the mind of an objective person. Agreeing on something and voting for something is different. People can agree. We agreed. We have agreed on major things, and we have not voted. For example, 95%, if not 99% of you watching this show have agreed on county by county, but you have not voted for county by county. So I just want to use this small example to tell you that agreeing is different from voting. For Secretary Chris Anu to have come online to talk about $200, I know John Barcool He's not my friend. I would also condemn him. I spoke with him today, and I told him I was ashamed at his stance, at his position, where he's missing words with other leaders. I expected him to have been one of the most formidable truth talkers. But no, he decided to be aligning with the AGC. Let me say this very clearly. Let us be very clear on issues that are important to our revolution. Why did leaders collect money as a unitary platform and they decided to divide the money? This is the crux of the matter. Please, I want you all to get my point very clear that Secretary Chris Anu lied that they voted. What did I say? That Secretary Chris Anu lied that they voted. They did not vote, and that is what I'm saying. Now, I move to other issues. We have 13 counties, perhaps 14, although Bakassi is not yet carved up. And this is time for the people of Ambazonia to take charge. John Bakubu failed us by refusing to talk about the over 20,000 that was siphoned. I use the word siphoned to Colorado. And may I just say here very plainly that I am advocating henceforth for that money to be brought on the table and shared amongst the 13 counties. I have said what I've said, and it is clear what I've said, that these leaders are defunct, they have failed us. And I am going to take upon myself that today is September 11, 2018, and I will give these leaders 10 days to assemble that money in one piece, the way it was raised in Washington and the Viking Center in Maryland. They should bring all the money in 10 days and put the money in the county coffers. If not, we, the people of Ambazonia, will take a court action against those leaders and those who collected money in that hall. You cannot go out there in the cold under all sorts of weather conditions to work your fingers to the bones to bring money only for these leaders to try to embarrass and corrode the image of our revolution by fighting over 45,000 US dollars. Let it be clear that after 10 days, if this money is not assembled, I will take the responsibility as a person with interest and a kicker against injustice and embezzlement to sue every one of these leaders. To sue everyone in a competent court in Ambazonia. Let it be clear that the people of Ambazonia cannot continuously take this nonsense from anybody who thinks that they can dupe the people of our beloved counties. Let us be clear on this, that no leader is going to have this money. This money should be divided amongst the 13 counties. Let it be very clear that no matter what happens, I remain steadfast in this opinion. I want to say that is an act of fraud and embezzlement committed on American soil, and I'm going to take action together with the people of Ambazonia who are interested in this. Let me move to another issue. Satisfactorily now, the ground forces have decided to take back power. Exactly why we must say that no matter what happens, and no matter the derogatory comments that we're going to have from people who don't want the truth, we will continuously stay on the path of the truth. At this juncture, we need key issues. And because of the number of people who have died, and because the leaders are out there thinking of only how to share money, we would have to bring them to book. I have spoken with representatives from 5 counties, and I will continue the talks through other counties who are already enormously buying the idea to pursue or prosecute this revolution county by county. I want to state here categorically clear that I've spoken to the people of Momo, some in Ngokitunja, the people of Kupe Maninguba, some in Meme, others in Fako. Those are the 5 counties that I've spoken very heavily with. And of course, with the people of my county, Manu. I've also partially spoken with some restoration forces in Meza and Bui. And everything is in place to give back power to the people of Ambazonia. We would recognize a unitary platform with all the leaders clearing their messes and coming back to their senses. However, based on that, the people of Southern Cameroons, through popular public opinion, have decided they will go county by county. Let me now take some few minutes to reiterate again what I mean by county by county. By county, I have proposed that each county would have a governor who is the head of that county. The governor would be assisted, of course, the governor would be in the diaspora. And the governor will be assisted by a chief military strategist who would also be in the diaspora. There will be a general, all military generals of the Ambazonian Federal Army representing their various counties would be on ground zero. The counties will also have a county treasury mounted by the treasurer and the treasury secretary or financial secretary. They will also have a procurement committee that will be led by a procurement officer assisted by a procurement supervisor, or what we call inventory officer, the stocks accountant or stores accountant. The county would also, as a matter of fact, after the partitioning of the county or counties by their governors, we will have the various battalions of these counties mounted by military captains. And each battalion would have a nursing post with somebody to take care of first aid issues before wounded fighters will be transported to locations for treatment. Let us be clear on this particular issue that it is the general opinion of the people of Ambazonia. The governors will stay in the diaspora because they will have to move freely from one place to another to galvanize for funds. And there are a lot more things that will be happening within the counties because all the soldiers who will be fighting in these various counties will have to declare their identities to their governor for proper identification and vetting. Of course, this is going to put an end to all these thieves that we have on social media. It is going to put an end to all this scamming. Why do I say so? Because no individual is going to collect money. Money will be paid to the county treasuries, and money will be disbursed based on the unanimous agreement between the governor and his cabinet. We must say here very clearly that because the leaders have failed, and based on the fact that people are taking issues for granted, today is September 11, 2018, which is a very significant date in the history of this country where I'm shooting this live show. I am officially, based on public social media opinion and on those on ground zero that I've spoken with, assuming the position of the Supreme Commander of the Ambazonian Federal Army. I will henceforth have a coordinating role where we will consult with all the governors to execute our military plan on the ground. May I also now, in the days ahead, I'll be reviewing the troops on ground zero with the over 1,000 or more soldiers that I have commanded over time, and of course, whose credit I have not taken for anything, I think this is the time to take charge of the revolution. And how am I taking charge? I'm taking charge by not taking any credit. I'm taking charge by giving power back to the people. I'm taking charge by ensuring that no leader will come and collect your money and use for their personal needs. I'm taking charge by remaining the voice of this movement. I'm taking charge by destroying any cartel, any gang of thieves who think that they can use social media to scam the people and ask for money and fight over money. I am taking control based on the aspirations of the people of Ambazonia. I would continuously take it the way I want to do it, the way the people want to do it, because it is the utmost wish of the people of Ambazonia to see their liberation come in the days ahead. And I want to assure the fighters on the ground that I cannot tell you that I have billions of dollars to fund the revolution. No, I can't tell you that. But I will tell you that there are billions of dollars in the pockets of Ambazonians who will put it out there following this idea we are postulating. We know after today, a lot of criminals, social media bandits, scammers will go on viral talking about a coup and how Eric Tataw had a secret agenda. Yes, the secret agenda was to take power at a point in time and give it back to the people of Ambazonia. If you ask my group is the 13 counties of Ambazonia. I am assuming the position of the Supreme Command of all loyal forces who are fighting for anything, for everything that is pertaining to the liberation of Ambazonia. I want to be clear that all the thievery, the scamming on social media will henceforth stop as much as I've assumed this position. I am going to move from county groups to county groups, and I will solicit your people to contribute money to your county accounts. During this period, I would also be putting my own contributions to these various counties. I will make funds available in small proportion to all the counties whose leaders I will be meeting. I want to be very clear on this fact, that the money to fund this revolution is going to come from the people of Ambazonia. Yes, I didn't need to be here for 10 years, 20 years to change this game. I am that player who came at the injury time. I am that player who came at the 88th minute and scored that winning goal based on the trust, the prayers of the people of Ambazonia. Eric Tataw will henceforth take the position of the Supreme Commander of the Ambazonian Federal Army. And this Federal Army is distributed in the various counties. May I remind the fighters that you are already automatically employed after your counties will start doing registration, because those who are fighting for their counties would obviously remain soldiers who would later be sent abroad to come for training. You will remain soldiers who would fight for your people in times of war. A coup d'etat is when somebody takes power and says he is this and that all by himself. But I am simply taking power and giving it back to the people on ground zero. And let us be clear that I am not, and I will not relent on this particular point. I have no interest in any one kobo, dollar, or CFA that an Ambazonian would contribute. I have no account where you put money. You will put money in the treasuries of your various counties. You put money in the treasuries of your various counties. Whether or not these defunct leaders like it, we would take Ambazonia by power, by force. Let me be clear. I have also done a broad-based consultation with some Manu people, and we would have announced the governor for Manu County today, but they have decided, to stay on that consultative platform. Once that is done, I will come on a live show to announce the governor and the account where money will be contributed. Eric Tataw would be in that position to look at who wants to steal your money. And let me say this very clearly. For some of you who don't know me, and those who think that because I've declared myself a supreme commander, it is something laughable. Or maybe because you think that we reply to your comments on Facebook, or we give you the latitude and the luxury to comment and tag our names to the rubbish and detritus that you write, it will mean we are also laughing with you. The reason why you have this page open for everybody is to show you an exemplary form of leadership. Every leader or any leader whose page is not reachable by the vast majority of the people he or she claims to represent only tells the world he's a con man or a scammer who would not want people to say the things they know about him. Let me be very clear that we would continuously monitor the face and the fate of this revolution. No matter what the enemy, I said the enemy because we have only one enemy, does, we would get to boy as soonest. I am taking charge of this movement and I'm giving power back to the people. We, the people of Ambazonia, will henceforth reject any proposal from any thief or scammers that are not in line or that is not in line with our aspiration. Some people would want to think that the 8,000 people who have been killed are worth this kind of noise that's going on social media. There is one thing I want to make very clearly today, that I have officially, today, September 11, 2018, where I'm shooting this live Facebook video in the United States of America, declaring myself, based on broad-based popular public opinion, the supreme commander of the Ambazonian Federal Army, where I would work with all the counties and listen to the counties only, and where I will take all the aspirations of the various county governors and put it to the broader public. May I say that the time for groups is done. Let me draw your attention to one thing. Let me say it very clearly. If some of you claim that we have blocks, why don't you call blocks by the names of those blocks, by the names of those villages, or by the names of those tribes? For example, if there's a block in Kandev or in Konya, why don't you call it the Konya block? Why do you want to call it the ADF or the Sokadev? That is because you have a plan to carve out a hegemony for yourself. Let me be very clear that there is no more group or groups that we will recognize in Ambazonia. We recognize only a brand name pertaining to the counties that the soldiers represent. We would call soldiers based on their counties. And based on this, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, we will also instruct county spokesmen or counties to immediately present their spokesmen who would debunk lies from all these thieves and crooked guys who have hired thugs and fake profiles to preach their seasoned thievery on social media. Let me also inform this gentleman who calls himself in Tumford, Bo Herbert, that if he lacks facts on matters, he should ask people who have coherence and precision of happenings on ground zero. How dare Bo Herbert comes on a 14-minute video or audio to degrade our restoration forces, denying them of the wonderful job they did in Bamenda. Let me inform you that the road in Bamenda was destroyed by restoration forces, by the Ambazonian Federal Army, that part of Memel County, by the Ambazonian Federal Army representing Mezam County, rather. And for you to have come online to say nonsense about their effort tells me you really know nothing. You claim, excuse me, Bo Herbert claims that the road cut would disturb the population. How will it disturb the population? We have plans to cut all the roads, and we are not going to say those things on social media. It is the responsibility of the Ambazonian Federal Army representing the various counties to do exactly what they saw in Mezam. It is the responsibility to ensure that we do not have any such passage for restoration forces. Of course, rather for terrorist forces. Of course, it is the Ambazonian Federal Army of Momo County who cut the road, and we are using that to send a strong signal to the international community that Ambazonia is a no-go area based on the power bestowed on me by 90%, if not 99% of the Ambazonian people. We, the people of the 13 or 14 counties of Ambazonia, are ordering the arrest of all foreign nationals from China, Great Britain, Russia, and other countries that have oil deals with the terrorist regime of Mr. Biya. We will, in the days ahead, arrest all their forces, all the nationals coming into our territory without any such authorization. I will not comment on the issue of Amumes and bosses because I don't yet have full information on that. Once I confirm it, I will come to tell the people of Ambazonia. Let it be clear that all the counties will now fight for themselves and respect a federal commitment. That is the wish, or those are the wishes of the people of Ambazonia. Let me talk a little bit about the incidents in Batibo and in Gokitunja, where Comrade Cho Ayaba of the now defunct ADF, because all those groups would no longer exist in any county or the counties in which I'm Supreme Commander. We would instruct the governors to arrest any force or soldier who is not registered under their counties. If you have not had the vetting test, we would consider you as part of the thieves brought in from the Republic by Atanganji Paul. And let me be clear on this. In Batibo and in Gokitunja, Komecho Ayaba hired 4 boys who went there, deceived the fighters, took their weapons based on the fact that they trusted them as part of them, and then ambushed them to claim hegemony. We will not have any more groups. And the kind of scenario that happened in Guzan and like it has happened in other parts of Ambazonia will no longer happen. As now I have assumed the unique, ultimate, and legitimate position of the commander, Supreme Commander of the Ambazonian Federal Army, I will not tolerate any such nonsense from anybody on the ground. The forces from Ekona to Moyoka, Mutengene, and other parts of Fako County have agreed to work as their county. We will also galvanizing those in Mani and other parts of southern Cameroon. Let me now be clear about fake profiles who are on this page that today, September 11, that's 9/11, 2018, is your last day of grace. If you will not be constructive, we will have to teach you the way to be civil. We want to be clear on these aspects because we are taking our revolution to another height. We, the people of Ambazonia, will not tolerate thieves anymore. Like you are all aware, we have over close to 300,000 refugees now in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The death toll has now clocked 8,000 and counting, while internal displaced persons are almost getting to 3 million. We will not anymore fold our arms and watch the people take us to the rock to destroy our revolution. I see this unique opportunity to ask the people of Momo, Kupe Maninguba, and all of you who are watching me. Let me just come in before I continue. We will not block anybody on this page, but we'll teach you how to be civil. We will not block anybody. Please, let me make this point very clear. I will never block nobody. Like I was saying, all the people of Momo and other parts of southern Cameroon, bring us your governors. I will announce it. And I want to crave the indulgences of other activists to join this call for true freedom. I'm talking about Yannick Sikot, Joshua Carr, and Kemi Ashu Kingsley. These are the few activists whose hearts I have seen as people who can speak the truth. I want to work only for the people of Ambazonia. I am not a supreme commander of any group. I am the supreme commander of the 13 or 14 counties of the people of Ambazonia. We would, in the days ahead, make sure that all the counties put in place their structures, and these structures will be answerable to the supreme government that we will all bless. Now, to clear this very important fact, the interim government and the unitary platform, they are already working together. And I have urged the governors and the counties to pay allegiance to the interim government, but I've also categorically stated that the interim government, like other groups, will not manage the people's money anymore. The interim government remains the government of the people. Let me be clear on this. But the people's money will be managed by the people. This fact I must make clear so that nobody goes and misquotes me. We must work as a county, and that is a fact. And no matter what we do, until we get to this level, we will never get the Republic out of our territory. I will end this show in 10 minutes. And I want to emphasize on this other aspect by one of our comrades, Mullah Wanja Wanja. Mullah Wanja Wanja made a video in which he talked of Southwest and Northwest. It was a perfect video calling all the thieves by their names. But today I exchanged a telephone call with Mullah Wanja Wanja, and I asked him, and I appealed to his conscience for him to apologize to the people of Ambazonia by trying to stir up that divide and rule by talking about Northwest and Southwest. Ayabacho Lucas, Bo Herbert, and the others do not represent Northwest and Southwest. They only represent Wonja Wonja. Thank you so much. They only represent their views. And so I'm sure that Mullah Wonja would, in the hours ahead, be putting out his apology to the people. Thank you for the correction, for letting me know it's Mullah Wonja, not Wanja. And I'm grateful that we always have some of you correcting us. So I have made all these appeals. I also talked with some partners, some friends who follow the movement from Haiti, and a few others from Russia, and an Italian friend who also told me in confidence some of the things Italy is planning in the days ahead. And because I have watched for long our people die, and the leaders continuously fight over peanuts, we, the people of Ambazonia, will take over this movement. Henceforth, we will donate monies only to our counties. Just like people have said that Ambazonia first, and only Ambazonia. In this last 10 minutes, I will take a call from one of the people of Momo, one of our compatriots. There's one in Finland and another in Los Angeles in the United States, Nelson Ochemba, who is watching. I'm going to be on a brief telephone call with him for him to tell us some of the measures that they have taken in Momo. So just a minute, we'll connect Nelson. 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 I think, Nelson, we're expecting your call. So once you call, Sikot from Finland can also call. So we want to take this movement. Nelson. Nelson. Okay, we're going to be having Nelson We're going to be having Nelson Ochemba from Los Angeles.
Hello, Mr. Eric.
Yes, Mr. Nelson, thank you. I see you're watching. And you, of course, you are one of the people in Momo County. After this, we're going to have another call from SCYL in Finland. So what is the level of preparedness of the people of Momo County?
Yes, Mr. Eric, thank you for the live video, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. You know, it is said that you cannot understand someone whose language you do not speak. We are of the opinion that it is time we take back things into our hands. We are going to protect our county. We are already raising funds to protect our county. We are putting up a census list of all the people of Momo who are in the diaspora everywhere in the world. It is a call for duty. Everyone is going to participate. It is compulsory. It is like we can say that there is nothing we can do, maybe waiting for the international community to come and help us or rescue us. So what we are saying is that we are calling on all the people in Momo to give their hands deep and contribute for both the humanitarian and the self-defense actions. And we are saying that all other troops, we are not segregating. But what we are saying is this: we want to identify everybody who is fighting in Momo. We should be able to know who you are fighting for, where is your limit, and then we're going to collaborate with other counties. So I am just happy to hear that you are already on now endorsing the county by county system. Everybody will talk back home, everywhere. People are well prepared for it. I think it is something that is going to work. I think it is time that we change the strategy. You know, like in America here, we have the county police. Every county has its police. So we are not going to be building a country in which we are going to be having groups, police forces that are controlled by groups. No, they should be under a county, because we want to ensure that everything belongs to the state. So we are going to make our general, we can replace the general. If he's not taking instructions, we can replace anybody. It is not that somebody will say he or she is indispensable. Thank you for the show, and I wish that everybody, those who are still standing back to endorse this country by country aspiration, please make it a duty to understand that it is good for you to clean up your country first. After you clean your country, that's where we can extend a hand of fellowship to other countries. However, I understand that might be time that we need to call for backup from other positions. We have to dip into our pocket. We contribute money, and then we can go to the internal government for other activities. But we have to make sure that people are safe. They are well protected. They have shelter. They have everything possible. Thank you, Mr. Eric.
Thank you very much, Ochemba Nelson. I hope that very honest activists. I'm also expecting a call from SCYL in Finland. Of course, he's another person from Momo. I've been talking with them, and the Momo people, of course, they are consistent on this county issue. And I've also talked with some people in the BLM, and of course, I was trying to get to Field Marshal today, but I didn't succeed. I spoke with one of his brothers, and the brother of the second of command to Field Marshal. We've been speaking with a lot of people, and I will now call SCYL, a very venerated force within the Momo County. I think that we want to set the record straight. Today is 9/11, and I thought that there is no way I can sit anymore after watching all these people kill our people every now and then I will only come to assume that let me leave this in the. I don't know. We're going to get to. But thank you. There was a bit of interruption, so we tried to get the show back. I don't know what happened. Something was trying to go wrong with my connection, So I want to get this last caller from Momo, and then we'll keep the other counties for another day. Gradually, we'll be bringing all the counties on board. So I'm expecting SCYL to call. We'll also have a call from the people, probably from the people of Kupe Maningouba. I don't know, we're expecting a call. Kupe Maningouba has indicated. I think I'm trying to get to SCYL now in Finland. So let me move. Hope we get this caller straight. This is one of our compatriots from Kupe Maningouba. Okay, I'm sure that we're going to get him online. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, you are live. Yes, bro, how are you doing today?
No, thank you. This is the Supreme Commander of Kupe Maningouba One Touch.
Okay, great. That is the commander of the Supreme Commander of Kupe Maningouba One Touch, under the Kupe Maningouba County, under the Ambazonian Federal Army. So thank you very much, bro. Let us get the perspective from Kupe Maningouba.
Yeah, as you remember, we have had a couple of deliberations with you, and we have already been implementing this county by county, and I will be releasing a list of my executive.
Excellent.
So let's say by the clock of this week, you will have a whole executive of the governors and the treasurer, every position that is needed. We shall be making it open, and then I'll be looking forward to have for you to host me on your platform.
Of course.
I just want to tell you that we are behind this county by county. We are tired with all these scammers who are using people's money and be feeding their family with Burger Kings and all that. So this county by county is something that we are going to work on. I think it is the best thing that will free Ambazonia. Let those people be coming online and be speaking grammar all the time. We are tired of all this rubbish.
So you're saying that in the days ahead, Kupe Maningouba will be releasing the list of their governor, their chief. I understand you are the chief military strategist of Kupe Maningouba. Is that true?
Yes. I'm the chief strategist. I call myself the Supreme Commander of Kupe Maningouba.
That is perfect. That is okay. So you've heard from Kupe Maningouba that they are going to get their list out there ready. Now, thank you very much. We'll get to SCYL in Finland. And this last part of the show, we might also take calls. We'll also take calls from any other county. I see some people indicating their counties. So any other county that wants to call, that will be fine. We'll welcome you. And you tell us the level of preparedness at the level of your counties. So this is the general view of the Pope of Ambazonia. I want to thank the chief military strategist.
All right, Eric Tataw. Yes, Eric Tataw.
Yes, go ahead.
Don't be scared. We are behind you. Yes, we are behind you. We support you 100%. There is nobody who can do anything with this county by county. This is the best solution for Ambazonia. And I salute your bravery. And I myself, I endorse you as the Supreme Commander of the whole Ambazonia.
Thank you so much. God bless you, bro. Okay, we'll call. We're expecting. I want Joshua Carr. Joshua Carr, also want you to call. You can call this line. I tried to call you yesterday. I didn't get you because you are one of the forces that I trust, I respect because of the truth and honesty that you speak. We'll get this other call. I think SCYL from Finland will be coming on. He's also, excuse me, part of Momo. Yes, hello, SCYL.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Tataw, and I think I prefer to go by the new appellation Supreme Commander.
Thank you.
Good evening from Finland. Yeah, it's a pleasure to talk to the Ambazonian people, and we of the Batabo municipality, and particularly Momo, had endorsed the county by county, and we think that that is the best strategy we can in order to contribute our quota in reaching Buea as fast as possible. So we have done a lot. We have come together in our various districts, and we have been financing the boys in our various districts. And recently, we have gone above that, not financing anymore, just like Bengui, Batibo, Widikum, Jikwa, and so on, but to come together as all the persons inside that particular county and making a unanimous leader that would be our like a governor or a mobilizer for all of us. But the strategy in taking Momo over as the first county to fall for Ambazonia is already ongoing. I wouldn't go more than that.
Thank you so much. Okay, that is Sikot from Finland. He's part of Momo. I think he just spoke in the same light like Nelson Ochemba here in the United States. So we will have people call from their various counties. This last part is just to tell us about what you're doing at the level of your counties. And I'll be talking with all of you in the next post. I'll put my number out there, my direct contact. Hello? Okay, we're trying to get to this other person who just called. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, I can get you, sir. Can you move away from your telephone or your receiver because you are following the show, so you cannot get me the voice of the...
Exactly. You're right. I'll turn it down. You're right.
Okay.
It's down already. So how are you? Good evening.
I'm okay.
I'm the neighbor in Paris. I still see you talking, but I don't think we are online. And if it's up to you, if you want this conversation to be online, you can put it online, no problem. But if you don't want it, okay, I can still talk with you like this. And I've been telling Are in 2 years to get you in touch with me for a long time. But today that I'm with you, I have so many things to tell you that, I mean, I like the way you talk, I like the way you do things, but what is inside is, look, Eric Tataw, all of us, we have just one problem. We have just one problem, and that one problem is going to Buea. I quite agree with you, boys. The plain story is there. Ayub Tabi is in detention. And when Ayub Tabi started in this government, you had other people who were living, who were running these things for quite a long time. Akwanga started like a student in Buea, suffered, went to South Africa. But we all know all this problem. All of us are aware of it.
Okay, now, just let me not cut you short. Let me not cut you short, bro. Now, I understand there are a lot of things you want to tell me. As you said, you have been trying to get to me. So since I have your number, I'm going to register it down. And after this show, I can call you back for us to discuss some of these things. I have had your concern, talking about SCYL and all of that, So that's just to tell you, I don't know who is calling. And my brother just called.
Yeah, he knows me very well. Don't be afraid. I've been taking care. He comes here, he sends boys here to me in Paris.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so we will call you after the show because somebody wants to call from Mezam. The person has just indicated to me. So after the show, we'll call you. Thank you so much. God bless you, bro.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right. So he has a lot to say that I could always write, but definitely it is not the time because of the show. I don't want to drag the show too long. So I think that is going to be all. We want to, let me see. Somebody trying to call. We'll call. Okay. Now I think I'll leave for 10 more minutes for calls. Some people are trying to call. I want them to call directly. This line is very open. People call. It's not to discuss any issues, but to tell us the level of preparedness in your various counties. and so that we should understand exactly what is going on. I want to call, I'm expecting Joshua Carl. If I have Joshua Carl's number, I will call. And just that, I don't know where I saved his number, but I have your number in one of my phones. Maybe this one that I'm doing the live show. So I'm expecting you to call Joshua Carl. So if you call me, I'll be glad. I'm personally requesting for your call. You know, and probably Yannick Sikot and the other people. Nelson Ochemba, you can forward me Joshua Carl's number if you have. While in the meantime, I want to thank all those in Momo, you know. Ngokutunja wants to call. Somebody wants to call from Ngokutunja. Elma, let me, you know, you're my sister from Akwaya. What he was saying, maybe this is Joshua Carr calling, I think. What he was saying is something that is in favor of the county by county. I think I've read some of the things that he said before. Hello?
Hello, my great commander, my supreme commander, Eric Tataw. It's your boy, Prince J.K.
Hey, J.K., I was expecting your call. I'll just save your number now in this phone. You know that you are one of the inspirational speakers. I must commend you, and I want to say that, you know, you are a broad-based public opinion puller and thinker. And long before I started doing this thing, I've drawn a lot of inspiration from you. Let me ask you, what is your evaluation of public social media opinion regarding this particular county-by-county idea?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you, God bless you, and I want to tell everybody in Ambazonia watching you now that before Seseko was arrested, Seseko said one thing. He said, nobody is above this revolution. So I want to let all those who have already collected money from La Republique, they should have it in mind that as Seseko and Pata are in jail, others will still rise, even more than you. So they should know today that no matter how they fight, all those who are standing to support leaders instead of putting Ambazonia first, let them have it in mind that they cannot and they will never stop this struggle. Seseko told them before he went away that nobody is above this struggle, and any person that wants to try to be above this struggle will be kicked under the bus. Now I want to say this, Eric, my bro, I want to say God bless you, and county by county is the best. First of all, don't thieves. There are many people, many leaders who are thieves, corrupted. That's why we have been having groups breaking up from one group to the other, from NCNC to SCAPO to AGC to SCYL. That's how it has been, and that's why we have never ever been able to have Ambazonia for the last decades. So this time when we are losing our blood brothers and the soul of the young ones and their blood are being spilled upon Ambazonia soil, my bro, let's wash our hands clean so we do not carry curses upon ourselves. So what you're doing, do it with pure heart. If you do it with pure heart, Ambazonia Boya is not far. What you're doing is the best thing, because thieves will be taken away and Boya will be at the closest hour of the morning. We'll have Boya next to us. So kudos, bro. Kudos. I support you 100%, and FACO is behind you.
Thank you so much. I also spoke with Dr. David Makongo, and he is of the opinion that the FACO County obviously would up the game. And we want to say here that Ambazonia first, you just heard about the other caller trying to talk about Seseko Ayok Tabe and a couple of other things. And for people who worry a lot like Emma, this is the person's number, ends with 73. I can, if he gives me permission, I can screenshot some of the things he's writing here to put out there so that you know that what he's saying is in favor of the general good of Ambazonia, not some of you who are as young and innocent and beautiful as some of you are. You have sold your consciences to the devil by supporting groups with your like you have kept your brains under your legs. We are supposed to have our brains in our head so that we think straight. So there is no issue about trying to make a deal about somebody who opens his show to everybody. You, Emma, you're trying to question Eric Tataw for opening his show. Why did I not allow him talk? As though I did not allow him talk. He was talking something that was not in relationship to talking about any county. And you should have been asking that questions to some of the leaders that you, Emma, you follow with your four senses off, like Comrade Ayabacho Lucas, who does not even allow people to comment on his page. Have you ever asked yourself why you only come to Eric Tataw to comment, and why Eric Tataw cannot comment on other people's pages? Those are the questions that you should ask. So I was saying a while ago that if you must be on this page, you must have some level of civility. You will not be blocked, but I'll call you to order so that after this live show, when you sit, you think about the thing that you did wrong and you can readjust the next time you want to come on live. I am the only person who has been mostly liberal, one of the most liberal Facebook hosts. Everybody comes here, writes everything. Some of them even take my pictures, from my old pictures that I put on my wall as souvenir, and they try to play mind game. And because some people don't have the time to go through your profile picture, it will be like it is a picture that they discover from somewhere. But you see that in all this while, people have still failed to bring me down. Somebody will come and say, because it's a woman, not a human being. You think that you want to draw sympathy that because you're a woman. As much as you're a woman, if you're civilized, you should act with a lot of civility. So let's be very clear on that part. I think that is the civility I was talking about, followers. That if you come to this page, you must learn to respect yourself. For those who don't know, I am an activist. I'm assuming the position of an activist when I talk as an activist. I also assume the position. I'm assuming the position of the Supreme Commander of the Ambazonian Federal Army, and I also assume the position of the director, the founding director, editor-in-chief of National Telegraph, and the CEO of the National Telegraph Group. I assume all these positions, and I work based on the situation. So I want to be very clear before I end this live show that the people of Ambazonia must be put first, and whether or not we like it, we are working according to the aspirations of the people. And that is exactly what the people want. We'll go county by county, and nobody, no fake profile, not group of 10 persons who are making noise left, right on social media will derail us. If you see those who comment negatively or who write about Eric Tataw, click on their pages and see the things that they share. They share only AGC for money tonight. Even the good things that Eric Tataw write, they don't. So that is just to tell you that we understand who they are. Each time I click your profile, I see what you share, and I just laugh. I say, look at them. So if you see any fake profile writing Eric Tataw from left to right, click on that person's profile and then check what that person has written, and then you understand exactly what I'm talking about. Today, 9/11, it is a declaration from the youth, like somebody is saying, we are going county by county, and we are taking this revolution and giving it back to the people. In the meantime, we will still pay allegiance to the interim government, because we will not disrupt or dissolve that government. We'll pay allegiance to the interim government, but the interim government should put in mind that they have to remove their eyes and their hands from the people's money. So no Ambazonian is going to give his or her money to any government, to any group. People will put their monies in their respective counties, like I've said. I want to thank the callers from Momo, and of course, we will also, maybe tomorrow or so, after broad-based consultation with the people of Manu, we'll finally declare our governor, and we'll start working from there. Once that governor is declared and the Manu people give me their treasury, I will personally put my own money there. And everybody who contributes will have an acknowledgement. We'll keep the person's name in the archive of the county, where later on we'll know who contributed or not. I also want Ambazonians to know one thing, that once this county by county thing has been instituted, we are going to make contributions mandatory. Why do I say contributions will be mandatory? Anybody in the county must contribute. Because we will identify all the houses, family heads in each counties, and then we would, of course, know whether they have contributed or not. It is a mandatory contribution because it is some form of a tax. It is tax. You must pay tax. Tax is not paid voluntarily. It is a must to pay tax, because nobody is there to go and pay the price of freedom. People have paid the ultimate prices that you all will never pay. So we in the diaspora, we must make sure that everybody contributes, whether or not we like it. So I want to end this live show here because it's almost close to 2 hours, a very lengthy show, which to me is quite necessary, although some very things came in that were not part of the message. But I think generally I've covered a whole lot, and I want to thank you for the 99% of those who recognize me as their supreme commander. And for the 1%, you are welcome. That is part of democracy, and we'll be glad to have all what you'll be writing on social media, but nothing is going to change my people of Ambazonia, the people of the 13 counties of Ambazonia, to represent themselves according to their dreams, according to their aspirations, according to the defense, the self-defense of their homeland. We will no longer talk about groups, we'll talk about counties, and we'll respect the government that we have given legitimacy to run things for us. The interim government will probably want to take care of diplomacy, but for self-defense and money contributed on ground zero, let any leader in the diaspora remove his or her eyes from that money. Henceforth, the counties will take responsibility, and there is no way we would ever recognize any group. From today, I want all of you to go by the name the Ambazonian Federal Army, which is AFA. Ambazonian Federal Army is AFA. So all of you type AFA on your wall. That you just type congratulations to AFA. That is to give credit to all the county police or soldiers who are fighting in various counties from Gokutunja to Manu to anywhere. You just type congratulations to AFA. AFA is the Ambazonian Federal Army. So once you type that, we know that's a new name that will go by our forces, while each county will also now name their soldiers based on the names of those counties. So we will go by the name AFA, the Ambazonian Federal Army, because we're a federal state, we're a federal country. So we'll go by the name AFA. So if you type now, if you're watching me, anybody, when you leave here, go on your Facebook page, and you, of course, you write AFA, the AFA of the scene, like somebody is writing the AFA of the Southern Cameroon's independence movement. So that's what we're going to write now. We're going to go by the name. Any action on the ground will be done, is done by AFA. AFA is the Ambazonian Federal Army. Joshua Carr, take note of that, put it on your wall, and let your followers know that that's the new name we are calling restoration forces on the ground. We call them the Ambazonian Federal Army. AFA. I've insisted on it many times. Why under AFA we have the Manu Ghost Warriors, which of course is the AFA branch of the Manu County. We have the Momo Red Lions, like I hear Momopo want to go by Lions. So we'll do all of that. We will now understand that we now have our own army, and these particular soldiers fighting in various counties are automatically employed because they will remain soldiers after our independence. Of course, we want to be very clear that as Supreme Commander, as activist, as journalist, I will speak on 3 grounds. As Supreme Commander, I will speak military issues with governors. As activist, I will deal with anybody who lacks civility, like Irma in Canada, who thinks that she has the right to run her mouth because she's having free data in Canada. There is nobody. I'm talking on 3 grounds. As a journalist of National Telegraph, I will report the events on the ground objectively. So if you are coming to this platform, you are ready to meet a 3-in-1 Eric Tataw, and I will treat you depending on my capacity that I carry. If you come as a military person, as a soldier, I will talk to you as a Supreme Commander of the Ambazonian Federal Army. If you come as a naughty child, a spoiled child, somewhere in Europe or America, I will tell you my mind as Eric Tataw, the activist. If it comes to news and confirmation, I will tell you my mind as Eric Tataw, the journalist. So I carry 3 caps, and I'm going to take that responsibility as the Supreme Commander of AFA, as an activist of the Eric Tataw page and Eric Tataw channel page, and as a publisher, editor-in-chief, and senior seasoned journalist of National Telegraph. So if you come here, don't have manners, be rest assured that I will put you on the wall and give you 24 on the buttocks. Goodbye.